ripping on the asphalt. Eyes 2020 on the strip, yeah. Crystal trees flashing, engine growling. Solar big daddy in my veins soaring. Can they come? Can they fall? Run the wall, something on the go. Let's get it on. Like we got out of hell, harder than hell. Gonna do 30 on the fourth second, we really want it. Competition from the sportsmen to the pros. All guys on the wally, nothing but the wally. Snake and mongoose is battle for the wally. So legendary, can roar like Katy Perry. The quicker they come, the quicker they fall. One of the most looking on the casket, we're gonna fall. Dogs on the sea, dogs on the out. Only one is victorious. Keep coming the road, let's get it on. Keep coming the road, let's get it on. Keep coming the road, let's get it on. Keep coming the road, let's get it on.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Good evening. What an amazing weekend of racing. What an amazing month of racing we've had so far. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. I'm getting some feedback here. I'm getting some kickback. I was trying to share this thing. My name is Mike, and welcome to the Pit Pass Show. We sometimes get up close and personal with our guests, and we have a special guest for you guys tonight. It'll be more of like a guest of honor. But we'll get back to this person in a little bit. What I want to talk about right now, guys, is the Gator Nationals, sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment and presented by RCDRL Florida. What an amazing job. Our crew, we all did down there. We had 138 entries, but guess what? We did that throughout 12 classes. So we had a little something for everybody out there. We had, of course, heads up, we had bracket, and we had index. And we're going to get into all of our winners and of course, what everyone was waiting on was wondering who was going to win the 2024 Rookie and Driver of the Year. Driver of the Year was a little easier. I mean, come on, Alan Pryor, 3 championships in bracket. That takes a lot of finesse, dedication, R&D. Not that heads up doesn't either. Trust me, it all does. But to be that deadly in bracket, that's saying something about a racer. Of course, Jonathan Joyner won 2 himself. So those 2 gentlemen, just world-class racers in both bracket and heads up. Yeah, a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. Got some upcoming events. Had a wild one at March Madness. Congratulations to all of the winners and runner-ups at March Madness in Georgia. I know the Webs covered that event, so I'm sure they're a little tired. Appreciate you allowing us to use your platform here for the Pit Pass Show. Without further ado, I'd love to once again thank our sponsors, Summit Racing Equipment, Power Mad Racing with Dave and Sherry French. Summit Racing, that's actually separate from Summit Racing Equipment. And once again, our team, Annette, Chewy, Richard, Celso. There were others within the organization that helped throughout the weekend. And for all of you guys, I thank you. I just don't know all your names. And there were so many people pitching in and doing things very unselfishly. So to help keep things going, because of the Webs there. And we always love, of course, when they show up at any of our events. We had to tone down the music. Sometimes I use music to keep you guys going. And so didn't do that, but so many of you guys really helped along the pace. I mean, we had a couple of dead spots. Was the event perfect? Absolutely not. We strive for that, yes. Annette and I know, got together midweek on like a chat, and I said, listen, write it down, write this down, write that down. There were some things that she wanted to kill me on. I'm glad I was already in Texas, but we're gonna write it out and make sure that in 2026, which we're about to announce that date, it doesn't happen. Okay, so there was a few hiccups, and if you guys heard or know of any hiccups, please do share, do tell. You can write me personally. You can post it here. But for the most part, I think the event went extremely smooth considering past events or what could have but didn't happen. So with that, I just wanted to open the show thanking our sponsors, thanking our staff, and reflecting on that race. It was really cool. I flew back on Monday, and so I had plenty of time to ruminate on the airplane. And other than what Annette brought up, post race, I thought it went really smoothly. But you know what? She's absolutely right about some things that she saw from her perspective, and we're going to get that straight. All right. So with that, let's get into a little bit of bizwax. But I want to introduce our special guest. I was thinking about, do I introduce her now or after we get into our winners and runner-ups? Did I say her? Oh, I blew part of it. I blew 50% of it. We know it's a she. Who is their story? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm dehydrated. I've been first weekend home since the Gators, first couple days home, and a lot of yard work, a lot of forestry work to be done out here. It's probably my 12th bottle of water. I'm still dehydrated. All right, without further ado, you all know her. You all love her. Bring out our special guest. First time on the show. Bring her out. Big part of the Gator RC Nationals. And look, it is. Thank you so much, Mrs. Webb, to come on here. Valerie, how are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Good to see you and good to have you on the show. I know you guys have another busy back-to-back weekend of racing, so you're looking good.
Hey, we've had a blast so far, so good.
Awesome. So I wanted you to come on. First of all, I wanted to bring we had too many winners, too many runner-ups. We had champions. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something different. And for the record, I wanted you to have a bot partner on here, but Annette wouldn't come on the show. I wanted both of you on here tonight.
Hey, we would have teamed up against you.
That's what happens after the races. Why not? But thank you for coming on. Drivers meeting first reverse trumps any. Oh God, it's Jesse. I don't even know. I was trying to read it. It's a little too soon for that, but Jesse, I'll get to that, I'm sure, in just a few minutes. Okay. And so, first of all, that was your first RCDRL national event experience, right?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. So,
it was awesome.
I'm sorry?
It was awesome.
Oh, thank you. We definitely strive to do our very best. A lot of work goes into it. And just like most things, you work behind the scene for weeks and weeks, if not months and months. And then on race day, on game day is when you actually have fun. There's a lot of build up, a lot of work behind the scenes leading up to it. And that helps it go off without a hitch. There's always a little something.
Well, you and Annette and everybody and JoJo and everybody there did a phenomenal job on putting on the race.
Yeah, it was nice to see JoJo back. We were surprised to see JoJo there, and she definitely, we had a couple of spills and thrills, and she was there with the first aid kit to patch folks up. So JoJo, if you're watching, for sure, it was good to see you, and thank you for all your help. I know she was definitely part of that cleanup crew for sure. And I don't know where she was at for setup, but she was around there. Maybe it was a little too cold.
Maybe. It was a little chilly.
Yeah. So I guess my question, one of my questions to you is, how does a Gator national event differ from what maybe you've been used to for the last several years that you're doing this?
Well, okay. I'm usually no prep drag racing, NPRC. I do have a history of 7th scale as well. So, but RCDRL, I think each department or each section of drag racing is actually needed because like RCDRL, they have a number of classes for different people to get into the RC drag racing experience. And that's awesome. And there, it's not about the money grab. And I'm not saying NPRC is about money grab, but NPRC, the drag racers, you know, they're going there. They know what they're figuring out, how many racers we got, how many entries, you know, figuring out that cash pot and seeing what the cash pot's going to be about. But there at the RCDRL Gator Nationals, is more, you know, about the award and more about the points and more about, you know, just the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, this is our 13th year. I had a different year too. We started in 2013. So do the math, 12 years, something like that. Anyway, yeah, traditionally that's exactly what it was all about. And we definitely are starting to chameleon ourselves, if you would. And we did our largest payout to date in any event. We did 50%, and we're looking and we're doing some things. We're hoping to make an announcement really soon with restructuring of some contracts and some other things, changing a few things around. We might be able to do much better than that for next year for the Gators. Looking forward to it. We're really crunching numbers. I got a good team behind me, you know, saying what we can and cannot do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the bottom of that. So I can't say everything that I want to say because it's not written in stone yet. And, you know, once I say it, you know, that's it. But yeah, absolutely. Somebody said they're still tired. I don't know who's that.
That's Mike McCutcheon. He was the race director of March Madness.
Oh, I'm sure he's still tired, man. You did a great job, buddy. I watched as much as I could. Even when I was out, you know, in the woods, cutting and burning and stuff like that, while things were being babysat, I was definitely on there watching you guys. You ran a phenomenal race, buddy. A great job. I don't believe we've ever met. I don't know, but you did a great job for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's a great analogy, and I think you hit it spot on. You know, traditionally it was more the integrity of the event, and you know, now we're getting into that as well. You know, look, there was a time when we were the only ticket in town. We had a lot of different folks popping up, doing their thing and doing it well. I mean, we got Super Chips coming up. They do it extremely well. What I just witnessed, extreme. It's like if almost Mike McCutcheon and those guys really looked at, you know, the Super Chips and like, we've got to compete at that level, that kind of thing. It was great. Looked good. The curb appeal, all of that was spot on, guys. I really think so. What's up, Tony? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, you know, but yeah, 12 classes. We had an amazing thing happen this weekend, or this past weekend now. Usually we do the show the same week of. And I want to apologize, guys. I feel a little off. I am burnt out. It's burnt out, but I'm going to do this. We're going to get through this.
Push through it.
Branson Acosta. Amazing 7-year-old kid. When I got the call that he wanted to apply for his competition pro mod license. What's up, Frank? How you doing, buddy? His competition pro mod license. I was like, wait, what? Like he's too young, you know? And so we looked at, there was no data on him at all. Other than,
I'm not sure that's him.
Pro stock. What's going on? Everything good?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was trying to find the picture of him.
Oh, okay, yes, little Branson. So he did. So his grandfather talked me into calling the insurance company guys, And I hate doing that, right? Because we don't want to expose ourselves. But I had to get a clarification on something. And there was no age limit, right? And so we want to abide by our rules. We want to make sure that we always fly above board. And he just has to go through the licensing process. And if you pull up the 2025 rulebook or even the 2024, we have the criteria for the licensing process in both Top Alcohol, Top Fuel, even Pro Street Outlaw is in there. However, most of you guys are grandfathered in, right? If you guys have any online proof that you can, drive these cars. I was gonna make a joke about somebody. I was gonna say you got to turn in your license, but I'm tired of people picking on my man. Oh, big shout out. Speaking of my man, I want to give a big shout out to Willie Thomas. Willie Pocket Change Thomas was the only Texas driver because I didn't race. But he helped bring all of the awards that I couldn't obviously fly in. He helped bring so much to Florida. Willie, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. I'm sure everyone in Florida would not have been happy without what you brought in town. So I really appreciate you, buddy. I heard he drove straight through back. He got into like 6 classes, raced all day, and still drove nonstop. That guy's a stud.
Awesome.
Yes, big time. Something just popped up on my screen.
Frank Greer says, "What's up, Merc?"
Who that?
Frank Greer.
Oh, there he is, Frank Greer. Yes. Well, yo. How you doing? Nelson, we were going to get into you, Nelson. Mr. Rookie of the Year, well deserved in a talented rookie class. They had the Hawkers out there. They finished in the top 5 for Rookie of the Year. We had, I can't think of, because it was father and son, it was easy to remember. There were a few others that were going up against, of course, Junie, but it was Gordo handled it. I mean, just the numbers showed itself. It wasn't that close. It wasn't like sometimes Rookie of the Year comes down to thousands of a point, not time, but just second, third digits, right? And this one was quite. He handled it. He handled it. I didn't think he may have even missed a race or so in the early beginnings, but finished well. And I like when Rookie of the Years don't win a championship, because it just shows more resolve. Like he was in multiple classes. Sometimes when a rookie wins a championship, well, that's why he won Rookie of the Year, I guess is what I'm saying, because he won a championship. No, he didn't win a championship. He just finished in the top, like 2, 3, I think 5, and like most of his classes that he was serious about. He may have gotten into something once or twice and dropped out of it, whatever. I don't have his points in front of me, but I do know that during auditing, we used to have this open for voting, right? Like Drag Track also allows all of its members to internally vote on issues and items. And so unfortunately, it became a popularity contest. Scott and I sat down years ago, and he worked hard on installing these programs. If you're a member and you have a sign-in code, I can pose like sort of like a Survey Monkey, but within Drag Track. It goes to everyone. Boom, you sign in, you go through, you do all your voting. The challenge with that was it became a popularity contest. And so we had to do away with that and basically push the go button for Drag Track to decide who actually earned it. And if there's a tie or if there's any type of discrepancy, so we audit it. But once we audit, everything was right, everything was solid. Nelson, Gordo, congratulations, my man. Well-deserved Rookie of the Year. You can only get that one time. Only once can you be Rookie of the Year. Once you have raced more than 4 events,
because 3 is threshold. If you stay at 3 and then drop out, or if you come into the league, let's say in September or October, and there's not enough year left, well, then you will still be eligible for Rookie of the Year next year. Extremely structured. Yes, I know. We are extremely structured. And a lot of it has to do with just tenure, time. Over time, we became this structured because that's what the folks want. That's what the folks like. That's why we have baseball style stats. You can go to Drag Track, pull up anybody's name, just click on their name and don't do mine though, y'all. It's all lies. It's all lies. Don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody's doing it right now. Oh man. Oh good. Thank you, Piggy. Whatever, I just saw Piggy and then Jesse's name under it. So whatever's going on over there, I can't get caught up on that. I let handle it, Piggy. Because bottom line is we're the RCDRL, and regardless of whatever a rule, and the NHRA, if that's what they're talking about, has changed their rules so many times. And that doesn't mean I agree with their points style changes. We went with traditional up to the year 2015. Then they got crazy when they cleaned house and started bringing in these knuckleheads to fill seats. And that's why there's different points for different events and all that kind of stuff. So I agree with Steve Torrance when they said that's not a chair. Anyway, don't get me started. But I wanted to go through and congratulate all of our winners, our runner-ups. I want to make sure that you can help me with that, and that we can go to Drag Track together on a separate screen. See. But if you had any questions, questions so far on your experience with the games.
I don't have any questions, but I do have a few pictures that I would like you to tell me about.
Oh, please do share. Do.
All right, I'm just going to go down the pictures and you give us the 411.
Okay. This is fun. Picture section of the show. Okay. So this is 3J. See, I got that part right. And our lovely Miss Annette Cruz in the center. Looks like she's handing out a stack of cash to each of these gentlemen. And of course, that is our 3-time champion and driver of the year, Mr. Alan Cryer. And she's got cash and she's handing that out to those guys, probably for some specialty race that was conducted. All right, Mr. Hernandez, the older gentleman to, I guess, our right, her left, and the always fast, the always speedster. This is top alcohol finalist, guys, it looks like. Your winner and runner-up, and that is Ferdinand Garcia with the orange on. He was the winner. And Mr. Hernandez, you get a unique story, a very tragic story that came all around full circle. The gentleman, Mr. Hernandez, the older gentleman there, and a lot of you guys saw it happen. Made a beautiful pass down Big Daddy's RC Dragway and came to a perfect stop right there in the middle of the driveway. And a truck, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ran it over not once, but with both sets of wheels, front and rear. And all of us were just sick. If you guys were watching that race, yeah, that's the gentleman's car. But you know what? That team, his son, and I kept leaning over asking Annette how to pronounce this gentleman's name. So I'm going to say Mr. Hernandez and Junior Hernandez. Junior, who was no junior, he looked like he was probably in his 30s, easy, took his car, disqualified himself, started taking his car apart to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. They came to me. In our rule book, that's catastrophic damage not due to the driver's fault, right? So we have all permission and reason to allow him to rebuild, and that's what they did. And it was amazing to see him then go on to the victory circle by way of being a finalist in that race. What else you got?
All right.
Boom! That's my man right there. There he is, Branson Acosta. I called him Acosta one day just because I'm trying to get so many names. And he's turned around at half track. It's Costa. Man, but that's the guy that's the young man I was telling you guys about that earned his pro mod competition license. This is fun. Father and son. We have Joel Roman. He's looks like the winner and runner up, and of course his son Jaden won, beat Dad in the final. I'm sorry I missed it in real time, the face that he made to his dad, but I was working and I missed it. I have to, I'm always watching traffic. But anyway, I know you saw it. I know Annette's seen it, and a lot of other folks. We're going to ask you to demonstrate what he did. What did he do? Let's see it. And then I heard he stuck his tongue out at his dad or something like that. Yeah, so that's the Roman family, and between them they have 10 championships. Awesome job. That's championships. Oh my man, I was gonna call him to come on the show, but I'm like, if I can't get them all, I don't know what should I do. That is Joey Polk. I can't really see from here what he won, and of course the lovely Annette Cruz. You got you in the background. Yeah, that was a good one. Good times. Good to see Joey back. Joey actually had never missed a race. He drives 5.5 hours, guys, each way. Never missed a race up until last season. He missed the entire season. And so it was so good to see him back. We hope that he brings his entire family in. April 12th is our next racer. The second weekend in April. Generally speaking, we race, April 12th and 13th. We race the second weekend of the month in Florida. We're skipping May because it's Mother's Day weekend, and then we come back in June, and I think we skip July and August just simply because it's just too hot. And then I think we come back in September, October. And then October is a double header. So Saturday is not a test day, it's a race. So they'll have their 2 hours of free testing to race. Next day, 2 hours of free testing to race in October. So yeah, I had to memorize all of that. Any more pictures?
Oh God, yes.
Oh, good. I don't know. No, that is Gordo. Gordo's on here right now, and awesome looking. I love that it's simple on that wagon, but it's back to the bone, man. Excellent driver. There he is, our rookie of the year, all in black there, Gordo, and Mr. Jim Hannon, Gemini Racing, and yeah, that's who that is. So they were in one of those classes. I believe that was that new class. That new class that's sweeping around is basically a heads-up kind of open boxes, pro stock rubber, tire is what it's sounding like they're going to go with versus stock modified.
I actually saw Gemini this weekend.
Did you? He was up there. No kidding.
Yep.
Did he race?
He did.
Awesome. Class act guy. There he is. First class. What else you got? I've been talking to Kevin McCoy quite a bit. He got that car at a hobby store on display right now. Man, that is so awesome. And there's Joey Polk again. So Joey Polk, man, after taking a year off, look at that. Winner's circle twice. Got the runner up here. And I think that was like all run. That Kevin McCoy, Kevin's a former rookie of the year as well, I believe in 2021. Guy's just deadly, he doesn't even try to go fast. He just wants to be consistent, still fast enough, low threes, and he just goes out there and kills it. Now, at first, I was going to say Branson, because he's looking down, it's hard to see. But then I look at the car and the remote control says Traxxas. So this must be Asher Miller. Is that true? Is that Asher? I think so. Yeah, say yes. Yeah, it's action. It's got to be action. There was only 2 little ones out there that size. So that's Action Miller. Can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our 2024 Young Gunner team swept the weekend, I believe. She swept the weekend. And I don't have anything written down, guys, but we're going to go through there. That is DJ Blanco. She's amazing. I was listening to her interviews. She speaks so well and very mature. Very much. She reminds me of my daughter. My daughter was more serious than her, but she just smiles and she's so graceful. And she answers like everyone's questions intelligently. And I was very impressed with TJ. The more she comes out of her little quiet shell, the more I'm impressed.
She's so high-lifted and spirited, too. I love that.
Very much. Her parents are doing a great job. I'm just kidding. Wow, we got a handful here. So that is Mr. Carlos Zayed to the far right on the screen anyway. I'm assuming that's his lovely wife. And then there's Jose Gadion in the center. And there he is again, that guy that laid down a 116 in top alcohol. And that is Mr. Ferdinand Garcia and his lovely second half. And then our lovely Annette Cruz sporting the Summit Racing equipment. Look at that. Sign her up. Give her a Summit paycheck.
She was styling and profiling.
I mean, she was changing wardrobes like a model.
Let's see. Oh, I really like this picture.
There they are, 2024 champs. I think we're missing Dwayne Miller. Keep it on here for a second, because this is a segment that I can just roll right on through here. Amazing job by all of these guys. Yeah, keep it up here just for a second, because I mean, most of these guys are multi-year champions, but it just was amazing to see that. It's gone. Okay, I will attempt to fix that. That's very strange indeed. And I think I know what happened. They call it disengaged a lot of the classes from 2024 for some technical glitches that we were having at the Gators. But here we go. From left to right, Jonathan Joyner, 3J doubled up in, I believe it was top alcohol dragster and quick 16. Gordo, once again, it was our rookie of the year champion. And the guy in the back that's acting like the sun is out for some reason, Richard Madera, dead center. He won in top alcohol funny car for the first time. They have enough points to accumulate a Murky. These are also guys, by the way, I used to call them Ironmen. Our executive board in 2016 renamed them Murkies after their president for some odd reason. And then you have the guy in red, and that is Mr. Alan Cryer, scoring 3 championships and driver of the year. Absolutely well deserved. And then over just off my shoulder there's Joel Roman again. I believe he won Pro Stock. And there is DJ Blanco winning her first championship in Young Gunners. And so, yes, we're missing a couple of champions there. I know Dwayne Miller was missing, and I don't see our Pro Mod champion, because that was Carlos Zayas. So for some reason, Zayas is not standing up there. I'm a little surprised. He likes the pictures. He likes to be on camera. So Carlos, where you at, bro? Dominique Papa, the Iceman. Hey, Dominique, you got my call sign for when I'm pig hunting. It's School Team 6, buddy. I like that. The Iceman.
Let's see.
Got a shirt around here that says School Team 6. I mean, Iceman on it. My school team.
I'm going to skip around.
It's another whole life of mine. Big hunting. All right, that is the man, the myth, not the myth, the man, AJ Moresco, once again, his 4th win at the Gator RC Nationals. Talking about a guy that knows this track. He won both sides again, and he was able to lock it up, win both halves. So he took all the money in that class. What's up, Mr. Don Moore? Mr. Don Moore, how you doing, sir? All right, so there he is. So there's a guy that we were looking for earlier, Mr. Carlos Zayas, in that beautiful orange. Can't think of that battery company. I don't see it on his shirt. I'm telling you guys, I'm missing it this evening. And the gentleman to his side, ooh, y'all gonna finally get me. I always get him. Oh, wait a minute, that's Pedro Xavier. Pedro, congratulations on your Pro Mod runner-up and your winner and champion, Mr. Carlos Zayas. Over here, got a gentleman in our red, white, and blue colors, all the way from North Carolina. Jamie Beasley scoring the win in either Street Eliminator or That's All Run, man. I again, oh, wait a minute. What am I saying? I could do this. Hold on. Don't change the page.
Okay. You there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that is all run. Raul took the win, and Jamie Beasley runner up. So earlier when I said with Kevin McCoy, that must have been in Street Eliminator over Joey Pope in that class. So yeah. So and then the gentleman next to him is Carlos Camera. He's there in support role, repping BBM Performance, performanceparts.com, and that's who those folks are. Of course, I'll say her name one more time. I'm gonna get a letter in the mail of resignation. So we're gonna go ahead and not say Annette's name anymore tonight.
Let's see. I got 2 more picks, I think.
Cool. Let's see.
You there, Mark?
Yep. Oh, sorry. Oh, there he is. So this picture right here, talking about a money shot. And hold on one second, because I want to talk about this.
You're good.
I need to text my daughter, guys. I need to text my daughters. I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay, so that is Asher Miller right there, and his little brother. I don't know his little brother's name. Looks like he's holding his ears because, you know, obviously he's at a drag race and the car's about to go down the track. But Asher, look at that smile. He was celebrating his 4th birthday that weekend. He got his dad standing there in pink and black hat. There's Kevin McCoy there, and just some other racers. You see Tony Shield there. Just really, everyone rallied around this kid and supported him. And I really, really feel that if he continues to be dedicated and his dad continues to take him out, that he can give DJ a run for her Murky in 2025.
And that's it.
The kid. I love that little that segment of Michael. How good is Michael's memory?
You did good.
Thank you. Stumbled a little bit, but yeah, we got another one. And then now we ship things over this weekend to a special race coming up. So, but yeah, I wanted to touch bases on all those guys, and you kind of helped me do that by going through there and congratulating everybody. So I'm just going to go through it again, and there is a mistake that was made on Saturday. It was the Collins boys, that's Rich Font's boys, that went to the finals on the Saturday version of the Young Gators. Remember, we kind of switched their names a little bit for this event. Points still count the same. Now, Saturday's event does not count for points, unfortunately, guys. The points, I'm getting something. We're still negotiating that. Because we're still negotiating that. I forgot. There was a note on that. So that could very well have counted for points. Over in Top Alcohol, we talked about Ferdinand Garcia winning over Mr. Hernandez. AJ, once again, it was really cool. Carlos Perez, we haven't mentioned his name yet, but Carlos Perez, for some reason, he escaped all the pictures that you showed. But talking about another young man with a great smile, great attitude, doesn't speak much English, but you know what? We can communicate just fine. He ran an amazing race weekend. He runnered up to AJ in both sides, right? So he went through several rounds himself and fell short, in that one. In Pro Mod, in Pro Street Outlaw. I was looking at Pro Mod where Carlos Saez once again did indeed take out the #1 qualifier in Pedro Xavier. DJ, congratulations. She took out Jaden Collins. So Jaden Collins runnered up both races, fell two. On Saturday, he ran it up to his brother. On Sunday, he ran it up to DJ. And again, in Street Eliminator, it was Kevin McCoy over Joey Pogue. Over in Pro Stock, it was father and son with son in that, poking out of the tongue and calling his dad a loser there. But you know what? His dad tuned those cars 3 rounds of racing all the way to the finals. In Pro Mod X, it was Jose Carrion over our track manager, Chuy Blanco, going 4 rounds of racing there. So it was good to see Pro Mod X with a really good field. In Super Street 260, once again, it was Joey Polk over Gordo. In Quick 16, it was 3J over Gordo. See, there's that Gordo name again. You know what I mean? He's well deserving of that Rookie of the Year because in Stock Modified, the Pro Stock rubber tire, it was Gordo once again over Jim Hannon, just like we saw in that video. And in All Run Bracket, it was indeed Raul over Jamie Beasley of North Carolina. Looks like we had some records set as well, but because there were some things that were done and we had to eliminate the background, it's a technical thing. We're going to fix that all up. It's going to be fixed. We're not sure if any of these records are going to stick. However, got to give it up to Ferdinand Garcia. A lot of you guys saw the video where he went 116 with a 7. That's flying, y'all. That's flying. And his next best time was, I think, a 121 with a 6. So if those are rules, if those are records, he has to back it up within 1%. The 21 does not back it up, so the 21 would become the record. But I believe that's a moot point because I really believe that Rebecca Louise is on here. She's on here. Hold on.
She's there. She says, "Hey, everyone."
I can. Oh, we're going to send her. Rebecca, hello. We're going to send you a link right now, and you're going to jump on here because we're almost to that stage of the show where we're going to talk about what's coming next. You guys about to be treated something. Please stick in here. We might even go over a few minutes, and trust me, it's not going to be a waste of your time. I can be biased, but in this case, I am very serious. Becca, hop on there. I just sent you a link, dear, and we'll talk about you guys just a second. So once again, congratulations to our winners and runner-ups on the 2024 season. Once again, congratulations to all our winners of the Gator RC Nationals and our runner-ups there. I want to thank you to all of the folks that just came out there and competed with the race. It was we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of side things. Patrick, Patrick, every time I start talking about the setup and teardown crew, Patrick, I always think of you. And you weren't there this weekend. That takes
Hey, Mark.
Friends you have.
Hey, Mark.
Rookie gets an award for driving. Yes, ma'am.
I have a special guest.
You have a special guest?
Mm-hmm.
Bring her on. Bring her on, Donkey Kong.
Hey, everyone.
She is. Back at Mercadale Hart. Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Sorry for the late arrival, but I made it.
No, you're not late at all, actually. I think you're right on time. Everyone out there, this is Rebecca. We call her Becca Mercadale Hart, and she has, of course, has been battling an illness now for a few years. And I just wanted everyone to meet her because we're having her birthday actually falls on April 5th, our next race date. So when I looked at that, I'm like, whoa, I got an idea. And then I had to call your sister because your sister's birthday is 2 days later. I have to get permission. And Gabrielle said, absolutely, Dad, I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's honor Rebecca's 33rd birthday. And that's what we're going to do in less than a week from today. So introduce yourself to everyone, Rebecca. Let's chit chat a little bit.
Yes. Well, hey, everyone. As my father said, my name is Rebecca. But yes, I go by Becca back in the junior drag racing days. And for me, this birthday is special just because of what I'm going through medically. Every day is a blessing and every day is a gift. But truly, I'm okay just sitting back and watching you guys have fun. The whole idea of the race being in my name and for me, it's like it doesn't have to. Honestly, like I'm just happy to be watching you guys have fun. I'm all about the mission statement of RCDRL, which is fast, furious family fun. So I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I'm thankful that I'm here to talk to you guys. So yeah.
Awesome. So for those that don't know who you are, what you stand for, what area of your professional life you're in, and how you have been on shows of ours before when it was like RCDRL Today. Usually as it gets closer to the summertime. Tell us a little bit about what motivates you, what moves you. Stage
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. So just by trade and by profession, I am a health coach. I specialize in weight loss and nutrition, and I've been doing that since 2017. Based on what I've been through, though, personally, I've now merged into the autoimmune profession of health coaching. So I still do weight loss services. That's what I'm most experienced in. I've helped well over 1,000 people slim down, all through coaching and nutrition-based practices, not in the means of bashing people that, are into taking drugs and supplements. That's great. But I believe in a lifestyle change. So I help clients with really pursuing changing their lifestyle so that their transformation is more sustainable and they have the habits that they need to keep the weight off for life. But my focus and passion right now is really helping people remove inflammation from their lives. So that could be removing inflammatory relationships, removing inflammatory toxins from their food, from their household products, toiletries, bathroom things, just stuff of that nature. Because when it comes down to what I was diagnosed with, it was really more of a holistic diagnosis of me needing a real lifestyle change from the root up, and the root really was inflammation from all different sources and variables, including the way that I thought and the way that I perceive life. So that is like my passion now, is helping people just remove inflammation in general. And what I'm finding with certain people that I'm coaching is that once they remove inflammation, they are also reaping the benefits of weight loss, because a lot of the unhealthy weight that people carry is full of toxic, substances and toxins in general. So when you remove those toxins, detox, lack for a better word, when you're detoxing your life, you are improving your life all around. And weight loss is just more of like, a residual consequence. So it's great. It's really fulfilling.
Amazing. And for those of you that are just joining us, this is Rebecca Hart, and she is just, she's a former junior drag racer. She is really, I always give Joshua the credit for starting the RCDRL, or for being my inspiration in me starting the RCDRL. But if it wasn't for Rebecca's interest in junior drag racing, we wouldn't have had those two cars in the garage for Joshua not to get into, and the RCDRL would have never been born. In fact, you were originally the first actual legal owner of the RCDRL for many years as well. I remember that. So for those of you that are just joining us, that is Noel. Good evening. Nicholas Vasquez Rebecca says happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you.
And he's one of our young gunners. He is. I have a gift for you for the next race. All right. Woo, woo. All right. Nicholas also says, I hope you feel better.
Oh, thank you. So sweet.
He's
so sweet.
He's a great kid. Just got to work on those lights, Nicholas. Got to work on that reaction time. Anyway, Becca, so
trust me, I have some stories for people when it comes down to reaction time and needing to be triple O on the Christmas tree. I have many stories.
Oh, well, share one of them, but we ain't doing that. Go ahead, Becca.
And there was one point in my junior drag racing career, I guess. It's so crazy to say that. It seems like a different life, where I was in 2 races in one day and I was going round after round after round. I think we started qualifications early in the morning qualifying, and then we didn't finish racing until like after 10 o'clock at night. But meanwhile, in between each round, I'm in the trailer on a Christmas tree simulator practicing my lights, because my father is like breathing down my neck like, you better tree them, you better tree them. And for those of you that don't know what treed means, basically I need that whole shot win, if you know what I'm saying, in order to make sure that I tree the person on the tree, so I have the advantage by having the better light. And man, when it came down to the pressure, I had to make sure I was on that simulator to get that triple O so I could tree that person and make it to the next round. And I will say that day was insane, because I think in Texas, you guys know how the heat is. The high was like in the hundreds. I was wearing a fire suit. Not Gatorade, Blue Powerade was like my best friend.
Yeah, it was.
It was insane. And I was just downing Blue Powerade after Blue Powerade just to stay hydrated. Long story short, I wound up winning both that day. It was the Spring Fling Nationals.
Yes, I was going to say the Spring Fling when you won Quick 32.
Yeah.
And you sang the national anthem that day.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
You sang the national anthem that day in front of everyone at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And you sang it in your fire suit because your car was in the staging lanes already.
Yeah. That was.
I remember that. That was the Spring Fling.
Junior drag racing, especially when you're bracket racing, everything counts. So, like, I guess that's where my whole journey of caring about health started, because I had to make sure I was hydrated so I wouldn't pass out in that crazy heat with that fire suit on, just to make sure that I could make it to the next round. And going back to where every ounce counts, if I weighed a little bit too much, or if I didn't weigh enough, my dad had to put weight on the dragster to make sure that it was weighted correctly. So that I wouldn't be out of range in the index, so I could continue to race and not break out. Like, I remember all of that. It was crazy.
You were a champion because of all of those technical things.
Yeah.
I remember weighing you, asking you, have you gone to the bathroom, what have you eaten? And we would make either tire pressure or clutch adjustments. And you cleaned your own clutch. You serviced your car. You were not just a prima donna driver. You actually serviced your own clutch after, in between every round. And I believe you helped out with tire and fuel. Things of that nature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely, that's an experience that not many people are privileged to have. So it's made me a well-rounded person. I'm very thankful for it. It's something that I would never forget. So yeah,
that's so cool.
Fun.
Gosh, Rebecca, just hearing you talk about this, because when we get together, we don't really bring up that subject anymore. A lot of times when we're together, we have other family members around, so we can geek out on all of that. So this is neat. I'm enjoying this. I really am. So yeah, we got, gosh, you did that for, I don't even know how many years.
About 9.
About 9 years. I was going to say 8 to 10. So yeah, 9 years. And you aged out. And you went beat fuel, nostalgia, front engine dragster for a little bit. That was cool.
Yep.
Remember the first time when you warmed up that car at, Scott's backyard, and you were just at ice. So I'm talking about Iceman. This girl had ice in her veins, and that's what convinced him to say, "Yeah, you're the real deal." And he wanted you to drive that.
It was like a crazy adrenaline rush. It was awesome. Yeah. That was an awesome day.
That was cool stuff. So yeah, we got the Becca Strong second annual Becca Strong Invitation coming up this weekend, guys, and guys and girls out there, we are very much aware of the weather. It's not looking good weather-wise. However, we will keep everyone posted for that event. And we been down this road before. In April, we have, like I said, the Becca Strong Invitational, and then we have the Florida Spring Fling race, and then we come back to Texas for, I believe, the Little Rascals race around April 17th, and then I think that's it for the month of April. We'll get into May and the rest of the year as it comes. But Beck, I am super excited to host this race on your birthday with you trackside, the family, everybody's coming together. I do miss you guys at the track. We're going to have a special tent set up for you on the grass side. You guys hang out for, however long. We definitely don't expect you to be out there the entire time, and you're going to be sharing this birthday too. Our track manager in Texas, Mr. Joel Shipman, he shares a birthday with you, honey. So we're going to make sure that we, so then y'all can smush each other's face with them.
Good.
So we're gonna have cupcakes for sure out there, and maybe some other treats. We're gonna do a 50-50 raffle as well. We know that you have ongoing challenges. In fact, earlier you were at the farm. By the way, you look great in that camo. Look at that camo. Just it's so camo. She just disappeared. You couldn't see her. Just I said camo.
Well, really quick.
But,
I did want to thank you guys for, deciding to do that 50-50 raffle for me. It has been challenging. Not to get too personal, but just with the limited income that I have, I had some unexpected expenses come up that I did have to adhere to. So because of that, it's kind of set me back financially. So I really appreciate you guys doing that raffle for me. It will definitely be needed.
It's our pleasure, Becca, and I think it's definitely going to great cause, right? You have been so resilient, and for those that have never met Rebecca, don't know her story, you can simply Google her. Just simply Google REBEKAH, I believe Mercadel, MERCADEL. And then add heart to it for sure, HART, and you'll get the story. You can YouTube her, Google her, TikTok her. Rebecca, you have put your story out there. You're very transparent. Why?
Why did I put my story out there?
Yeah, from inception.
Whew. That's a loaded question. But I do have to hook up to my infusion bag. So I will have to log off in about 1 minute. So I'll try to be as brief as possible, but as detailed as possible, if that makes sense. I put my story out there because there are, unfortunately, hundreds and thousands of people that are in my shoes. Some have faith, some don't. And for me, although I don't know what the outcome will be, I do know that my faith has kept me alive. And for a person that's waiting for intestines and understanding that the gut is so important for the human body, knowing that the majority of mine were resected from me. And yes, because of that, I'm alive and able to talk today. And I appreciate that. However, my quality of life has changed drastically. And therefore, my mindset has changed drastically. I have to look at everything as, what is the alternative? Meaning, if I sulk in sadness, the alternative is depression. But if I choose to have faith and believe that the outcome will be what's best, then that helps me get through my day. So I put my story out there to inspire others to have faith despite what they're currently seeing. And I am a believer in Jesus Christ. So my verse that I hang my hat on is 2 Corinthians 5:7, which is, I have to walk by faith and not by sight. Although I don't know what the solution is, I have to believe there's one out there, and I have to stick to that despite my doubt. despite the fact that I don't know when I'm going to get intestines and when I'll be able to have a improved quality of life, trusting my creator. And that is no easy feat. It's not. However, I believe Jesus Christ is worth it, and I don't regret that. I have more than enough testimonies apart from my own life. So that's what I believe, and I just want to inspire others to give him a chance and to know that even though we don't see him working, he is. So yeah.
Amen. Amen. Wow. 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 Val-
I can't, if she's talking, I can't hear her.
I wanted to say you're an inspiration to everybody, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much. I appreciate it.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to end the show on that note. That was deep, Rebecca. Thank you so much for closing our show with so much wisdom and faith. This is a faith-based organization, and you truly did help start this organization, start this crusade of RC drag racing at this level. And we all thank you. To Supa, Aaron, and to everyone out there, thank you guys for tuning in. Becca, don't go anywhere. Just give us another 30 seconds or so after the show ends. Just stay right here. So for everyone else, we'll hope to see you at the April 2nd annual Becca Strong Invitational or the Summit Spring Fling 1 week later in Florida. See you at the start.
Slicks ripping on the asphalt. Eyes 2020 on the strip, yeah. Crystal tree splashing, engine growling. Solar big daddy in my veins soaring. Can they come to can they fall? Running what's on the go? Let's get it on. Like a ride out of hell, harder than hell. Gonna do 30 on the 4 second, really want it. Competition for the sportsmen.